I'm joined here by Corpus Christi Police Chief Mike Markle. He's going to drop by once a month to visit with us about what's going on over at CCPD. And Chief, first of all, thank you for being here. I want to begin with this. In October, and then again, I think it was in January, your officers, they had occasion to discharge a weapon. Someone was killed as a result. I know that your hope is that never happens, but you've been out on the streets. You know sometimes it's necessary. Walk me through briefly what the department goes through when something like that happens.
Well, as you can imagine, you're right. I don't want that to happen ever, nor does any officer want to be involved in that. It's a tremendous burden to carry and for a family to carry. But what happens is it's a major investigation. We have a lot of detailed work to do, a lot of questions to be answered as far as the investigation goes. Have to respect the integrity of that investigation. I routinely call in outside agencies like the FBI to do a review after, to do a secondary review. We do that just so it's above board, and I've done that with almost all of the OISs or officer-involved shootings that we've had.
Absolutely.
So,
Let me ask you about this because I have noticed it and I think others have. Typically, you release the names of the officers that are involved in these kinds of incidents. Mm-hmm. In January and before that in October, that did not happen. Is this a new department policy or is this an individual case-by-case kind of thing?
It's not a policy per se. It is a national debate in agencies around the country. Some have prohibited it through unions, some have laws against it. What has happened in the last several years, you'll notice when I first became the chief, I would promise to release those names within a certain amount of time. I don't do that any longer. We've had officers with death threats. We've had officers get doxxed. One of my command officers got doxxed. Mm-hmm. Home address posted, a lot of anger and hate. Right. So I have to balance those considerations. Now, in the end of the day, we respect our open records requests. So previously, I would preemptively release those names. I would do that before open records requests were made. They'll be made here, and eventually all that information is public record when everything is done. I've not pushed back on that part of it. I understand if a few people get impatient and they want to know.
Sure.
But all I'm doing right now is holding back and letting the process take its course.
All right.
And respecting the FOIA request rules, right?
Yeah.
So when somebody requests that information, be it a news entity or whoever, it gets reviewed. If it's still under investigation in any way, or if there's still a public safety issue or a safety issue for the officer or family. Remember, these officers are often victims in these circumstances. They've been shot at or there's been an attempt on their life. Mm-hmm. So I have to respect that. So after that review is done, and when it's releasable, the AG is going to make us release it anyway. So or say it's releasable, and we're not going to fight that. We'll push it out.
Okay, all right. So just something to be aware of as you guys work through that kind of issue.
Sure.
All right, we're going to have to leave it there. Chief, thanks for coming by.
No
we
problem
appreciate
at all.
it so much.